But it's about a seed line. It's about a line of men that you have to come through. You got a phone call or something? Huh? You got a phone call? No. It's about a seed line of men that you have to come down from to be a part of this nation. It's not about anything else. Right, we're gonna show you that. 17 and go to verse 18. Yeah, go to verse 18.
Come, this is Genesis 17 and 18. Bring it out. And Abraham said unto God.
Right, so we, this so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, we come down from a line of men, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? All the rest of the nations, they might come from Abraham, but they don't go through Jacob. This is the line, the seed line of men that the Most High, he set up his covenant with. We're going to read that. Go on.
Oh, that Ishmael might live before thee.
Right, because he had Ishmael. If you're familiar with the Bible, you know, Abraham, he had a son named Ishmael. And that's where the so-called Arab man today, that's where he comes from. Where you got the Arab man. They come from Ishmael. You can go over there, you can ask them who their forefather is. They'll say Abraham, they'll say Ishmael. All right, we don't.
And God said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son indeed.
Right.
And thou shalt call his name Isaac.
What the Lord said?
And thou shalt call his name Isaac.
Right. And Abraham had Isaac. Right. And this is the line of men that we're going through to show you that it's a seed line. Go on.
And I will establish my covenant with him.
What the Lord say?
And I will establish my covenant with him.
Right. So it's a seed line that the Most High, he established his covenant with. It's not about, oh, I'm dark skinned, or oh, I look like this nation of people. Whoever your father is, and whoever, you know, the lineage of who your father came from, that's what it's about. It's not about, because I heard you say, you know, your father, he's from Hawaii, or you said Hawaii, right? He's from Hawaii, but our people have been, give me Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. Give me James 1 and 1. Not if, yeah, you can continue on that, James.
And for in an everlasting covenant.
See that? An everlasting covenant, read.
And with his seed after him.
With what?
And with his seed after him.
See that? And with his seed after him. See, meaning the children that come, because you look in this is in the Hebrew, but you look in the Greek. That word seed means, goes back to the word sperma, meaning sperm. That's where you get the word sperm today. So it's a seed line of men that you have to come from to be a part of this, people. Just like I can't become a damn Chinese man just because I say I want to be a Chinese man. No, I have to come from that seed line of people. Just like the Israelites, you have to come. It don't matter where you was born at. It don't matter if your father or grandfather, they might be from Hawaii, they might be from China. But our people, they've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Right, give me that in 2 Ezra 2 and 6 real quick. Yeah, give me Deuteronomy 28 to 64. Give me 64 first.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 64.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
What the Lord said?
And then the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
See that? The Lord said as a curse upon our people, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, that he would scatter us upon, among all people. So you're going to find the so-called black man, so-called Hispanic man, across all four corners of the earth. I think it might be in China. They had this people, you don't hear about them. You don't hear about them, but they're called like the Negritos or something like that. Right. It's the people in China that are an oppressed people, but they look like Chinese people, but they're Negroes. They have our features, dark skin, you know, okay, broad noses, thick lips, nappy hair, but you don't hear about them. But our people, they're scattered in all four corners of the earth. We don't.
From one end of the earth even unto the other.
The Lord said from one end of the earth even to the other. Even if you watch basketball. You watch basketball? You know about Al Horford? Where's Al Horford from?
Where you from?
Yeah, where you from?
I don't know.
From Spain. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Even though he's originally Nigerian, but he lives in Greece. Who else? Tony Parker from France. You got all these people. Ben Simmons from Australia. Our people have been scattered through the four corners of the earth. Even I brought up the other day, there was a sister, and she thought her lineage actually went back to Indonesia, or one of those countries over there. One of them Japhite countries. But her lineage actually goes back to Native Americans,
Right.
because their people, they actually got brought over into captivity over to that land. Huh? Yeah, the rock. No.
Jake.
Yeah, but his mom said, yeah, his mom's rock. Right. So, yeah, so you could be, you know, our people do different types of wars, and our people are found through all corners of the earth. You know, Jake, our people, they went over to, even in the Korean War.
Right.
Going and laying down with the Korean women.
Right.
And pro-generating. Now you got a lot of our people in Korea coming back from there.
Vietnam.
From Vietnam. Even my sister, her husband, you would look at him and you might think he's like Asian or something, but they call him Blasian. But his father, he's a so-called black man. But he went over he was stationed in Hawaii for war, for some war, and he married a so-called Chinese woman over there. But now you might think might think he's Hawaiian, or you might think he's Chinese, but he's actually from the tribe of the children of Israel. He's from the tribe of Judah. So all these things, I bet at the end of the day, give me Romans 8:16.
Right.
At the end of the day, your spirit, because our people, they've been mixed up with all these nations of the earth, because we've been scattered through all nations of the earth. At the end of the day, if your spirit bears witness with these curses and with the Most High is going to allow you to come back to Him. He's going to draw you back. Give me that John 6:44. Read what you got. Romans 8:16.
I got John 6.
Okay, count.
This is Romans 8:16.
Bring it out.
The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit.
See that?
Spirit.
Read that one more time, Kevin.
This is Romans 8:16.
Bring it out.
The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit.
See that? It says the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit. Meaning what? You can feel it. You understand? If you can identify with the Bible and the curses in the Bible and the thing that the Most High is saying, you can understand it. Because give me Daniel. I think I'm on 12 and verse 9. It said the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit. Read.
That we are the children of God.
That what?
That we are the children of God.
Right, so your spirit is going to bear witness with the Spirit of the Most High,
Right.
if you're the children of God. All these other nations of the earth, they're not going to bear witness with it, because the Most High said, the wicked shall not understand. We're going to read that for you. I think it's Daniel 12, go to verse 9.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse number 9.
Bring it out.
And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till thy time of the end.
You see that? So Daniel, the Most High told Daniel that the words of this book, the Bible, they're going to be sealed up to the end. Go on.
Verse 10. Many shall be purified.
Say what?
Many shall be purified
Go on.
and made white and
Right,
tried.
it says, many shall be purified, made white, and tried. Read on.
But the wicked shall do
What
wickedly.
the Lord say?
But the wicked shall do wickedly.
Go on.
And none of the wicked.
It said, and none of the wicked, meaning all these other nations, they're not, it says, the wicked, even our people, 2/3 of our people, they're not going to understand. It said, the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked, read.
shall understand.
See that? So if you're of another nation, you're not going to identify with this Bible.
Right.
It's not going to be, because Yahushua, he always said, if ye have an ear, he who has an ear, let him hear. Meaning they're not going to be able to understand. Everybody got ears.
Right.
Everybody walking around here, unless they got their damn ear chopped off, they got ears.
Right.
But not everybody's able to understand. You have to have the Spirit to understand, and the Most High, He's the only one that's going to be able to cause you to understand. Right, give me that in John 6:44.
This is the book of John, chapter 6 and verse 44.
Go on.
No man could come to me.
Right, it's talking about Yahushua saying it, so-called Jesus Christ. He said, no man can come unto me, read.
Except the Father which has sent me.
He said, except the Father which has sent me, read.
Draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
You see that? So Yahushua said, no man can come unto him, and he's the word. Yahushua said in John John wrote in John the 1st chapter, the word was made flesh. Meaning what? Yahushua, he is the word. He is the Bible. He said he comes in the volume of the book. So what? Yahushua said, no man can come unto me unless the Father draws him to me. So what? The Most High, he literally has to draw you to this word, and he's not going to draw another nation of people to this word. You understand what I'm saying? So if you bear witness with the Bible and with the words that is coming out in the Bible, you might be, you might be our people. But if you're not, chances are you could be 2/3 of our people, or you could be from the seed line of Jackson, right? You could be Hawaiian,
Right.
ain't no telling. But you said your father, he's Hawaiian, or he comes from Hawaii.
My father was half Hawaiian. He was born in the United States, though.
But his father, he's from Hawaii.
Yeah, but he came to the United States later.
Right. So yeah, you could be our people. You know, like I said, it's not about phenotype, it's not about how you look, but your spirit. It don't seem like it's Hawaiian or another nation of people. I mean, you tatted up, and I know a lot of people are doing it now, but that's really on our people's spirits to do that kind of stuff.
They do have a tribal tattoo. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, they not really tribal tattoo. I don't. It doesn't look like it. But yeah, we would encourage you to go and really search out the lineage of your fathers, and you can pay for that kind of stuff. Go and get your family tree and things of that nature. My family, we got a family tree on my mom's side. You know, they did a lot of research to do it. They didn't go buy it, but you can. That's always possible. But just don't give up, brother. This might be for you. You don't want to just give up and then wait to the end and you find out you are people, but you didn't get down with work. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not giving up. It was just like the last time I stopped here, he called me over and I was trying to like understand, but
Say that one more time.
the last time that I was out here, like he called me over. He's not here right now, but and he was just like he was talking, but he was like everything I was saying, he was like, no, I don't fall under this genre. He was just being dismissive, and I was just trying to understand, like why. You feel me? Because I am black.
Right. I mean, you're so-called, they would call you black in this word. Black is literally a color. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of people that's our color, and they could go for black. But like I said, it's about a seed line of men you come from. It's not about being black or being or having melanin. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He was saying like all the curse shit, nah, like I went through the same shit, you feel me?
So what?
The curse, like he said we was cursed, and I'm like, I went through the same shit. Like I'm not no different, like I went through the same shit. I was born here. Like I've been through a lot of shit, like racism and shit. But it's like, what the fuck? I don't be understanding, like I get all the shit that's connected, like the similar like nationalities and shit, but like why Hispanics like fall under that?
You said why Hispanics fall under? I mean, there are people. The Hispanics have been through everything that we have been through. What part of Philadelphia are you from? You from Philly?
North.
You from North. Now, who lives in the Badlands?
Hispanics, yeah.
I mean, they go through the same. They live in the same thing we live in. They got the same gangs we got. They got the same spirit. If you've been around Hispanics, you will know that they act just like you. They might have a different language, or they might have they might do things a little different because they be around their own people. They might eat a little different, but at the end of the day, when we get together, it's all love for the most part.
The ones that live close to us, yeah. But like the regular Hispanics, like that's fresh off the boat, they don't speak a lick of English.
Right.
They treat us different though.
Right. Give me that in Isaiah 11. It's because, have you ever heard of divide and conquer? Can somebody give me that when Yahweh Shai said, a kingdom divided shall not stand?
Which one you want first?
Give me that in what Yahweh Shai said.
And it's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 12. And I started verse 25.
Yeah. Huh?
Oh no.
No, I was talking about.
This ain't Matthew chapter 12, verse 25, you know? And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided.
You say what?
Every kingdom divided.
They said every kingdom divided, and as a people, this is the kingdom, this is our kingdom. Like Yahweh Shai said, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence. Meaning what? The nation of Israel were a kingdom. Right? It says every kingdom that is divided what?
Against itself.
Against what?
Against itself.
And they divided us against ourselves. Now we at war with our own people. You got brown and black crime. You go over to Cali, our people are warring with each other because we don't know that we're the same exact people. The so-called black and Hispanic. They made it like that. It said every kingdom divided against itself. So what?
Is brought to desolation.
Is what?
Is brought to desolation.
Right. So every king, you read in 1 Kings 12th chapter, after what? After the kingdom split, all hell started breaking loose. You got Jeroboam, Rehoboam on the scene, being king over the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, and then what? The northern kingdom goes in captivity. Then what? 20 years later, what? The so-called black man, we go into captivity to the Babylonians.
Right.
So read that one more time, brother.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 12, verse 25.
Read.
You know, and Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city or a house divided against itself.
Say what?
And every city or a house divided against itself.
It says every city or house that is divided against itself, read.
Shall not stand.
Shall what?
Shall not stand.
What the Lord say?
Shall not stand.
See that? So we've been brought down. Hold on 1 second, brother. 1 second, brother. I know, but I'm trying to teach you. If you want to talk, if y'all want to talk to brothers, just, take them over there a little bit. But it said every house that is divided against itself shall not stand. And they know that. They know that if we can't be together as a people, we're not going to get the power that we should have. I mean, they call us the minority, right? The so-called black people, so-called Hispanic people. But really, like brothers say, we're the majority. We got tribes that make up whole nations. Right. You go to Mexico, that's hella people down there. You go to Haiti, hella people over there. South America, Central America. We got hella people over there, but they know if we're divided against ourselves, if we're going to war with each other, how are we going to stand? It's not going to happen. So read what you got in, was there more than that? No, you good. Okay. Read what you got, Isaiah 11:11.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
See that? It says in the day when the Most High sets his hand again to recover the remnant of his people. The first time he set his hand was when? In Egypt, when he recovered us out of Egypt. The Lord said the second time is coming when he's going to recover us and take us back to our land. He's going to recover us from what?
Which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
Right, so the Lord, he's going to gather us from all four corners of the earth. Read.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
It said the outcasts of Israel, the northern kingdom. Right? This is the southern kingdom. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The northern kingdom, or the house of Israel, is Ephraim all the way down to Naphtali. Right. Right. So read that one more time, King.
Verse 12, Isaiah 11. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
So he's going to assemble the outcasts of Israel, go on.
And gather together the dispersed of Judah.
He's going to gather again the dispersed of Judah, meaning all 12 tribes. Read.
From the four corners of the earth.
Right, read. This is the point.
Verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart.
It said the envy also of Ephraim shall depart. Why? Because the so-called northern kingdom, the Hispanics, they actually envy us.
That's right, brother.
Right? They want to be. They are like us. They dress like us, but they actually envy the so-called black men. Read.
And the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off.
Read.
Ephraim shall not envy Judah.
What the Lord say?
Ephraim shall not envy
You
Judah.
see that? Because at this point in time, Ephraim, the northern kingdom, they envy Judah. Right? We're one against another. It says Ephraim shall not envy Judah. Read.
And Judah.
And what?
And Judah.
And Judah. Read.
Shall not vex
You see
Ephraim.
that? And our people, the so-called black man, we vex Ephraim. We come over here. I mean, we kind of bully them sometimes. We go in the streets and our people is bullying the so-called Hispanic men. But what? That's because they divided and conquer us. But the Most High said that's going to depart when the Lord sets his hand again to recover the remnant of our people. You understand that? Right. So what was he on? You had asked a question. That was a question. So did I answer your question?
One more question down there.
All right, good.
Why the Africans don't fall under that?
You said why the Africans don't fall into this?
Yeah.
It's not our people. They don't come from the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? Are you familiar with Noah?
A little bit, not that much. Though.
And Noah had 3 sons. Noah has Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now, somebody give me the table of nations and go to Ham. 10th chapter. Genesis 10th chapter. Because Ham, we got all the nations right here. They're just not our people. Just because, like I said, it doesn't matter about being dark skinned or light skinned.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like all we is mixed shit of them now. Like that's all that we is.
No, we're not mixed.
They're American, black, all we is mixed shit though. Because all our women we just getting raped and shit.
So, all right. So you're giving, that would mean, for you to say that, you're giving too much credit to the white man. Because they might have been raped, but have you ever heard of breeding farms on the slave plantation?
Not just them, the Spain too. Like,
But they're all white people. But like again, have you ever heard of breeding farms?
no, not really.
They literally had breeding farms where they would have the women and men just have sex to produce more slaves. The white man has a weak seed. Give me that Jeremiah 49. It talks about Esau. I think you want to go to verse 12. What chapter is it? 17? 49. At Jeremiah 49, go to verse 12. Because the white man, his name is Esau. His name in the Hebrew meaning wasted away. That's why he doesn't have a melanin, because he has a weak. The Most High set him up to have a weak seed. That's why he has blonde hair. All of his traits and characters are weak. Meaning what? Even if he rapes people, they have a what's the word I'm looking for? Their birth rate. They have a declining birth rate right now in America. Meaning they're dying more than they're giving birth. Why? Because they don't give birth like our people. Our people were you read Genesis 16th chapter and the 15th chapter, the Most High told Abraham that our descendants are going to be as the stars of the sky and as the sand of the sea. Why? Because we're really fruitful. We're very fruitful as a people. That's why you see our people are damn 20 years old, they got 4 kids already. But the damn white man, they got to have surrogate mothers, and they got to have, what's the word I'm looking for? These sperm banks and things of that nature to have kids. Why? Because they don't give birth at the rate that we give birth. So what? Even if the white man was raping our women back in slavery, not all of our women was having kids. Why? Because their birth rate, their seed is spoiled. We're gonna read that. Read.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, and verse number 12.
Yeah.
You know, it says, "For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunk it."
I think we started 10.
10?
Yeah.
Come.
Okay, come.
And it says, it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, and verse number 10. You know, but I have made Esau bare.
It said, I have made Esau bare. Read.
I have uncovered his sacred places.
And remember, Esau is the white man. Go on.
And he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled.
The Lord say,
his seed is spoiled.
More time.
His seed is spoiled.
He said his seed is spoiled. Right? What happens to the so-called black man? Well, I mean, when black man, black woman, when they get old, what happens to their hair?
Right.
It gets gray. It gets thin. That's what blonde hair is. Thin hair. Our hair right now is thick. The white man, they're born with blonde hair, real thin hair, because why? They have a weak seed. They're weak-seeded people. Right? Give me that. Is it Malachi, first chapter, where it says Esau, he's small among the heathen. Yeah, Malachi 1 and 3. Is it Obadiah? Go to Obadiah 1.
It's either Obadiah or Malachi.
It's the,
Yeah, no, it's Obadiah.
Yeah.
It's Obadiah 1. Yeah, read what you got there.
it's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, and verse number 2. You know, behold, I have made thee small again among the heathen.
Start at 1.
Verse number 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Concerning Edom.
And Edom is the same thing as Esau. He changed his name to Edom in Genesis the 36th chapter, and Edom just means red. Right, go on.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
The Lord said,
I have made thee small among the heathen.
See that? He has made Esau small among the heathen. Why? Because their birth rate. Somebody look up the birth rate in America and Western Europe. Because Esau right now, the white man, they're dying more than they're giving birth. They even tell you if they had 50 more years or 100 more years, that they wouldn't be, that in America, the most dominant race would be, I think, Mexican, something like that. So even if the Lord had this thing in their kingdom going on for years and years, 120 more years, they wouldn't even be here no more. They would die off. Why? Because they die more than they're giving birth. So what? Yeah, you might have our people that might have been products of our women getting raped in slavery, but there's not a lot, because when they was getting raped, that doesn't just mean that they was giving birth. You feel what I'm saying? So if somebody got that on Google.
There's a whole article there.
That's kind of what the
That's what I'm saying. So it's not about, you said it's not about the bloodline. It's about
no, it's about the seed line.
the seed line.
Yeah. It's about who is your father. Give me that. You found it? All right, read what you got.
Part of the article.
Okay, all right. Somebody else give me numbers 1 and 18. Read what you got.
Between 1999 and 2016, the number of white births fell 10.8%.
You see that? Read that one more time. Read up a little bit.
Between 1999 and 2016,
it said between 1999 and 2016.
the number of white births fell by 10.8%.
What that say?
By 10.8%.
So the number of births in the white man. Okay, Kai, has fell 10.8%. Go on.
And the number of white deaths.
And the what?
And the number of white deaths.
See that? So the number of births declined. What happened to the deaths?
And the number of white deaths rose 9.2%.
See that? And the number of white deaths rose 9.2%. Read. Is there more than that?
That's it.
See that? So what's that about? Huh? It's equals. So it's like that. What's that? A 20% decline, really? So they're declining. Then that's 2016. There's probably articles more up to date than that. That's what, almost 8 years ago.
That's why they're trying to stop abortions.
Right. That's why they're trying to stop abortions.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? What am I trying to say? They're trying to promote this interracial marriage thing. So our women, they get with the white man and they can try to get their seed back going because they think it's the woman's womb. They think it's the black woman's womb when it's actually our seed. Even Ephraim, the word Ephraim, you go back to the word Ephraim, it just means fruitful, because our people were fruitful. Right? You see, you've been in the Badlands, and you see all the damn Puerto Ricans running around. They have 10 people to a family. Why don't the white man have that? Because they're not fruitful people like us. So to your point, like you said, yeah, our women were getting raped, but it doesn't outnumber the amount of people. I mean, amount of our people being born through our seed line. Through what? Through just regular sex, through sex farms, through all these different things. Through our men being forced to have sex with their women. So all of these things are, I mean, it's far and few in between where you're gonna find somebody that's a product of that, a product of rape on the plantation. It's far and few in between. You have another question, brother? Did that answer your question? Yeah, give me numbers 1 and 18.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
Right, read.
And they declared their pedigree.
The Lord say?
And they declared their pedigree.
We might have brought this out to you before, but it says they declared their pedigrees. You know a dog by what? It's pedigree. You know if a dog's not a purebred, what are they going to call it? A mutt. But if you know his pedigree, you're going to say, oh, it's a German Shepherd. Oh, it's this. It's a pit bull. Oh, it's a Malinois. Our pedigree is what? Who we are as a nation of people. You got 18 nations of people, and the Lord said you declare your pedigree how?
After their families, by the house of their father.
The Lord say?
By the house of their father.
Right, so your pedigree is determined on who your father is. So it's all about seed line, and it's not about anything else. It's not about being a spiritual Israelite, like the church wants to tell you. No, I can't be a spiritual Moab. I can't be a spiritual Chinese man. I can't go over to Chinatown and say, I want to identify as a Chinese man. Like, you can't do that. You gotta be born through this seed line of people.
It's only American blacks though that don't identify as shit.
So what?
It's only American blacks that don't identify as nothing. They don't got no fucking nationality. We the only one.
I mean, you can say that,
You
but
can't go to none of them places and try to fit in.
so what?
To be honest, you can't go to none of them places to try to fit in.
Yeah, no, that's true. But the so-called all these other tribes, the Haitians, who else? The Puerto Ricans. I'm drawing blanks. Mexicans. They're going by names that the white man gave to them. They're not going by names that they truly are. What you got? Go ahead.
It's book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 15.
Yo.
And ye shall leave your name for a curse.
What the Lord say?
And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord God shall slay thee and call his servants by another name.
Do what?
And call his servants by another name.
Right, and now we're being called by another name. Now we're being called black, being called Puerto Rican, being called Cuban, being called South American, Colombian. When all these words, the white man gave us all these words. Give me, I wanted 2 Ezra 2 and verse 7. Somebody go back to that real quick. 2, yeah, 2 and verse 7.
It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 2 and verse 7. Let them be scattered abroad.
Yeah, we already talked about that. We've been scattered abroad. That's why people is all over the earth. Read.
Among the heathen.
Go on.
Let their names be put out of the earth.
The Lord say,
Let their names be put out of the
All right,
earth.
and now our names have been put out of the earth. Now nobody knows that they're Judah, that they're Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, all the way down to Naphtali. Now we known as Colombian, Black, Haitian, Puerto Rican, Hawaiian, right? All these different terms that we don't actually go by, that we're not actually, that the Most High didn't call us. You read about that. Give me Deuteronomy 32 and 26.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 26. I said I will scatter them into the corners. I will make the remnants, the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
Right, and the Lord has made all remembrance to cease from among men. Nobody remembers, nobody knows who the Israelites are. People open up the Bible, they don't even talk about the Israelites in church. People think it's a fairy tale. No, the Israelites, they are real people. You can go back and look at different stones and you can see the house of David on there. You can see the name of the Most High on there. This is real stuff. Why you go, what's the one movie where Raiders of the Lost Ark? You know about, what's the guy's name? I know the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indiana Jones. You know about Indiana Jones? He had the name of the Most High on his staff. So these things is real. But people, they don't know because the Lord said he would make the remembrance of us to cease from among men. Now we're black. Now we're all these different names that the Most High, he never called us. You understand? So that answer your question? Anything else, brother? No. Sure? All right, well, listen, we really encourage you to go and really search out your fathers. Because, like I said before, you don't want to get there in that day and then the Most High tells you you're an Israelite and then he just destroys you. It's a day coming soon. All right, brother. The brother he broke it all down to you, right? The curses and everything last time.
Yeah, I was listening.
Yeah. So you seem intrigued though. So the Spirit might be bearing witness, but you have to really go. Give me that in 1 Timothy 2 and verse 15. You have to go and study for yourself. And we can't do the studying for you. We're not going to come out here the next time you're out here and say this is your family tree, brother. And you actually are from the tribe of Judah. No, brother, we don't know you from a can of paint. But it's up to you. Give me that 1 Timothy 2 and 15. Yeah, study so that's so cool, right?
Yeah. No.
1 Timothy 2 and 15? Yeah, that's not it? Is it 2 Timothy 2 and 15? No, it's not 2 Timothy. Huh? Study to show thyself approved. Second Timothy.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse number 15.
Read it up.
Study to show thyself approved
What the Lord
unto God.
said.
Study to show thyself approved unto God.
Right, so you got to go and study your lineage, study where you actually come from. I'm sure if you're from Hawaii, or your people from Hawaii, I'm sure they got records of where they come from. I'm sure they do, or records going back and things of that nature, where they actually came from before, if they wasn't originally in Hawaii. You understand? It says,
like born there?
yeah, right. Like your grandfather, he might be originally from Hawaii. He might have been born there. But
He came here in his later years. Boom. Had a baby. Boom. My dad was here. Boom.
But what I'm saying is, you said your grandfather, he's from Hawaii though. But what I'm saying is, You might not even know, but your forefathers before your grandfather, they might have just settled there. They could be from somewhere else. They could be from the west coast shores of Africa, or they could be from Spain or Portugal, being a Negro over there from the Middle Ages, something like that. Read that again, brother.
It says, verse 15, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
What the Lord say?
Rightly dividing the word of truth.
Go on.
But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness.
You see that? So you got to go and show yourself approved unto God, and you got to rightly divide the word of truth. You might feel as though your grandfather, he's from Hawaii, but we're trying to tell you, brother, that our people, we've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And give me that Luke 21 and 24. Right, Yahweh Shai, the Hamashiach, he even prophesied that these things happen.
This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
Right, talking about 70 AD, when our people, they got kicked out of Jerusalem by the Most High, by the hand of the Romans. He said, read that one more time, brother.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive unto all nations.
The Lord say,
and shall be led away captive unto all nations.
The Lord said, we're going to be led away captive into all nations. So every nation on the earth, under the sun, there's a Negro there. There's a so-called black man, so-called Hispanic man there that don't know that don't know their true heritage. They just calling themselves, oh, I'm Indonesian, or I'm Chinese, right? Or I'm Hawaii. Why? Because they don't know who they actually are. Read that one more time for the brother.
This is the book of St. Luke 21, 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive unto all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
And that's the time we're living in. The time of the Gentiles trotting our land down, trotting us as a people down. And that time's about to be fulfilled.
That's right.
And the Most High, he's bringing us back as a nation of people. That's why the Lord, this is your second time up here, bro. The Lord, he might be really trying to talk to you. He might be really trying to speak to you. Give me that, Joe, 39. 14? You want the Lord speaking, is it 34 and 19? 34 and no, 33 and 14. 33 and 14.
This is the book of Job, chapter 33, verse 14.
Read.
For Yahweh speaketh once.
It said Yahweh the Most High, he speaketh once, read.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, twice.
This is the second time up here. This is an art dude. The brother didn't even have to call you to come up here. You was about to just breeze past. He said the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, read.
Yet man perceiveth it not.
Yeah, what?
Yet man perceiveth it not.
You don't even perceive that the Most High, he might be trying to speak to you right now. He might be trying to speak to you to tell you, hey, go do your homework. Go really find out who you truly are. This might be for you, brother. So the Lord said, read that one more time, King.
This is Job 33 and 14. For Yahweh speaketh once, yet twice, yet man perceiveth it not.
You see that? So you got to take that as a sign from the Most High that he's trying to get you to wake up. You understand what I'm saying? You got any other questions, brother? You sure?
Yeah, okay.
All right, you want a flyer? Another flyer?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to give you another flyer then. You go, guys. Go and search these things out before the time is up.
You go, brother.
Because the signs are all around us that the Most High, he's about to bring judgment to this place. All right, brother? Give me that in Matthew 24 and 32.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 32.
Right, like I just said, the signs are all around us that the Most High, he's about to send his son to come and deliver the nation of Israel. That all these things that you see, hey, they have an end. And the signs are upon us. So read what you got, brother.
Now learn a parable of the fig tree.
What the Lord say?
Now learn a parable of the fig tree.
Right, and Yahweh Shai, give me Psalm 78, go to verse 2. Because Yahweh Shai, he always spoke in parables, and he always said, he who has an ear, let him hear. So it wasn't for everybody. And that's through the spirit of David that he prophesied about. So give me that in Psalms 78, verse 2.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 78 and verse number 2.
Bring it up.
I will open my mouth in a parable.
The Lord say,
I will open my mouth in a parable.
See that? David said, I will open my mouth in a parable. Go on.
I will utter dark sayings of old.
Right, and we're out here opening our mouth in a parable. Why? Because all of our people, they're not going to get it. We're speaking the words of Yahweh Shai. Hey, guess what? And Yahweh Shai, hey, we was talking about it yesterday. A lot of people was offended in the things that Yahweh Shai was speaking.
God.
The damn parables that he was putting out there. You got to eat of my flesh and drink of my blood. Hey, it was like, what the hell is this dude talking about? This can't be Hamashiach. But the Lord said, read that one more time, brother.
This is Psalms 78 and verse 2.
Bring it up.
I will open my mouth in a parable.
Come on.
I will utter dark sayings of old.
Right, so Yahweh Shai, he always spoke in parables. Why? Because it wasn't for all the multitudes of people. It was for his elect. And the Lord said, what? His sheep is going to hear his voice.
Right.
So go back to Matthew 24 and verse 32.
This is the book of Matthew,
Give me Job,
chapter 24 and verse 32.
Bring it up.
Now learn a parable of the fig
What
tree.
the Lord say?
Now learn a parable of the fig tree.
Right, and you can learn from nature. The Most High, he said you can learn from your creation. Right, read on.
When his branch is yet tender and put his forth leaf.
Right, and our people in the ancient days, they could read the signs of the time. Right, even Yahweh Shai says to the Pharisees, hey, if you see if you see the sky that is red, it's going to be fair weather. Right, the Lord said you can tell the time, and the creation is going to teach you. So read what you got in Job. Hold that. Read what you got in Job 12 verse 7. Yeah.
This is the book of Job 12 verse 7.
Hey brother,
No.
hey brother in the back, real quick. What you mean? Read.
Job 12 and verse 7.
Come on.
But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee,
Come on.
and the fowl of the air, and they shall tell thee,
Come on.
or speak to the earth,
What the Lord say?
or speak to the earth,
Come on.
and it shall teach
And
thee.
it shall what?
And it shall teach thee.
Right, so the Yahweh Shai, a lot of the time he would give parables talking about the earth, right? Talking about the trees. Why? Because the earth, it can teach you certain things. You can look and observe certain things, and what? It's going to teach you things. Right? Even I think it's Proverbs the 24th chapter. Solomon said he went by the home of the slothful, and he received instruction. Why? Because the wall was broken down. Meaning what? You can observe certain things in the Most High's creation, and what? You can take the principles of it and apply it to your life. So let's go back to Matthew 24 verse 32.
Matthew 24 and verse 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree.
Come on.
When his branch is yet tender,
Right, read.
and put his forth leaf,
Come on.
ye know that summer is nigh.
You what?
Ye know that summer is nigh.
And the people of the earth, they're on a low level nowadays. Why? They look to a damn groundhog to see if his shadow's going to pop up, to see if it's going to be springtime.
Right.
You can look at a tree and tell if it's going to be summertime. If the seasons are changing. That's what the Lord is saying. Read.
Verse 33.
Uh-huh.
So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these
You
things,
see what?
when ye shall see all these
The
things,
Lord said, when ye shall see all these things. What's he talking about? He's talking about all the prophecies that he just put out through the whole Matthew the 24th chapter. He said, when ye shall see these things, read.
know that it is near.
What the Lord say?
Know that it is near.
Read it again.
Know that it is
The
near.
Lord said, know that it is near. Go on.
Even at the door.
The Lord say,
Even at the door.
In these times that we're living in, we know that these things, they're at the door. The Lord is about to send his son to what? To redeem us and to bring destruction on the earth. Right, give me that in Habakkuk 2. Go to verse 1. Give me Hebrews 10 and go to verse 37.
I got Hebrews.
Come. Right, all the signs of the time, hey, they're right in front of our face, and all the people of this land, they can't see it. Why? Because they don't have eyes to see and ears to hear. So read what you got in Habakkuk 2 and 1.
It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Come on.
And I will stand upon my watch
Come on.
and set me up upon the tower.
Right, so we have to be in the same spirit as Habakkuk was. Read that one more time, brother.
I will stand upon my
What
watch.
the Lord say?
I will stand upon my watch.
The Lord said, Habakkuk said, I will stand upon my watch. And that's what the Most High, what the Lord, he's requiring of us in these last days. You
Right.
know?
And set me up upon the tower.
And what?
And set me up upon the tower.
Right, and the watchmen in the ancient days, they would stand upon their tower. Why? To see when evil is coming upon the city. That's the exact same thing the prophets and the teachers in the last days, with the Most High, he has to do. What?
Right. And will watch to see what he will say unto me.
And what the Lord say?
And I will watch to see what he will say unto me.
How are we watching to see what the Most High is saying to us? What? Through the things that he's doing in the earth. through the judgments that he's bringing forth in the earth that he already wrote about 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago. These things are surely coming to pass. The Lord said, I will stand upon my watch and watch to see what the Lord will say unto me. Read.
And what I shall answer when I'm reproved.
Go on.
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision.
What the Lord say?
Write the vision.
Go on.
And make it plain upon table.
Right, and we're out here, hey, we're writing these visions on the tables of people's hearts. We're making it plain upon tables. We're not missing words. We're not beating around bushes. We're telling the people what it is and what they got to do to avoid punishment. Read that one more time, King.
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the table.
And do what?
And make it plain upon the table.
Read.
And so that he may run. That he may run that. Read it.
Read.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
The Lord said that the visions that are written out in the Bible, they're yet for an appointed time. Meaning what? Just because Habakkuk, he had the visions, doesn't mean it's going to happen in Habakkuk's time. Just because Daniel got these visions, Daniel didn't understand all the visions that he got. Because why? He wrote it for our learning today. The Lord said, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Go on. Hey, y'all know how nationality is? I got 5 minutes. What about you, brother? Brother in the hat. Real quick. 5 minutes. We ain't gonna take long.